Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone had a great Christmas weekend, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Anyone get anything good? What's up, John? How you doing? What's up, Bino? How is everyone doing? Interesting. What's up, Basil? So, let's wait, 30 more seconds for everyone to get in here. If anyone has any questions in the meantime, please drop a comment and ask. Be more than happy to answer any questions, as always. What's up, Paul? What's up, Sam? How you doing? What's up, Adam? Alan? So, no one has any questions. Let's get started. SPY up 0.08%, basically flat. QQQ, IWM all flat. But if you take a look at the names, the main names I usually trade, they're all down. Tesla being down over 4%, almost 5%. I'm pretty sure they suspended production. Let's see. Suspends production at Shanghai plant 1 day early. Reduce Shanghai production through January. If you guys are a believer in Tesla, I mean, it is down. What is it down on the year? Let's see. Should say right here. 67% year to date. Wow. Technical say strong sell too on the daily. And the analyst ratings are buy. Tesla is down 67% on the year. From 400 to 116. I mean, I guess Tesla might see 100. That's the next step. $100. Below that, we got based on these levels, if they keep going wrong, 92, and then below that we got 64. So that is crazy. Can't believe Tesla's all the way down here. If everyone can drop a like on the video while you're here, I would appreciate it. Let's get into some setups for today. Let's go into the smaller time frame. So one thing I wanted to also mention, if you guys are over trading and you're getting stopped out, you're getting worried about wicks, or if you're getting faked out before a move, what you could do is just trade on a larger time frame, right? It's going to be less setups, but you're going to have a clearer picture. It's going to help you trade less, and you're not going to get faked out as much, right? If you're trading on a 15, 30 minute for day trading, it's still going to work just as well, but you're not going to have as many setups. Right? So also another thing I wanted to point out is look what happens, right? Just look at the overall market, right? So here's SPY over the last 2 months or so, right? Take a look at what happens after we have a period of consolidation, right? So here's a period of consolidation, right? We have this consolidation, we break out to the upside, right? We have a period of consolidation, we break to the downside, right? We have a period of consolidation, we break to the upside. We have a period of consolidation, and we break to the downside, right? Every time there's a period of consolidation, there's a breakout in a direction, okay? Right? Consolidation. Consolidation. Right, we broke to the upside, we consolidated, we broke to the downside, right? Every single time. So you need to wait for these periods of consolidation, right? That's how the market moves, right? So if you trade on a higher time frame, it's going to be a little bit easier to not get faked out with all those moves. But if you're trading on a smaller time frame, you're going to get caught within this period of consolidation every single time, right? So never a bad idea to just go up, make sure you know the overall picture and trade that way, right? It will keep you way more sane when looking at the market, okay? Does that make sense to everyone? Drop a comment, thumbs up, yes, whatever, just to see if that made sense. Let's get active in the chat. Yes, sweet. Awesome. Awesome. So there definitely could have been put flow. We could pull up the dashboard and take a look. Okay. So let's take a look at this. All right, we can go to historical, and we can change our filters. All right, so let's go, 2 or 3 months out to March 31st. Out of the money calls, out of the money puts. And let's filter this to greater than 250,000. Some large orders. Look at that order. That's going to be up a lot. Let's change the flow just to 100,000 or more. I wonder what kind of flow we got for Search up Tesla. Where did I filter bullish by accident? Oh yeah, I did. So let's see these orders. All right, so out of the money calls are on, out of the money puts. No date, premiums over 100,000. So there's a lot of 12, 30, 120 puts. All right, this was all done on the 23rd, which the 23rd was Friday. So on Friday, so now looking back at this, right? Tesla is down 4.9% in pre-market to let's see what it's at. It's at 117 here in pre-market. These people got these contracts, right? These were all 12, 30, 120 puts right here. Wow. Right, so they got in around 365, 478, 365, 440, right? Over, wow, almost $3 million. That's crazy. Take a screenshot of this so everyone can keep an eye on it. So that's a lot. That's crazy. They had over 6,000. Wow. Almost 7,000 contracts. A 12, 30, 120 put. That's crazy. So this is what we mean by looking at repeat sweeps, right? Multiple times. So let's see what time they bought actually. So they bought at 9:30, 9:35, 10:25, and then 10:58. Right. So the first order they put in, they bought 602 at $365. All right, 5 minutes later, they bought almost 3,100 contracts at $478, right? So they averaged up. Right, then an hour later, they bought again another 830 contracts at $365, right back at their initial entry. Right, so they're adding into their position. And then at 10:58, they added another 3,000. That's crazy. And then look at this, right? This is probably the same buyer as well. This is definitely the same buyer, right? Someone's buying 616 $100 puts. Right, they bought at 11:23 for 164,000, and then they bought at 12:36 in the afternoon. They got a little cheaper price for 161,000. It's crazy. How many contracts is that total? Let's add them up. It's a lot of money. 602 30, 95, 830, 3,000. 7,500 contracts. That's crazy. That is crazy. See how much money that is. 1.32 plus 302,000 plus 1.5 million. 219,000. 3.3 million. That is crazy. I'm just going to post it just so we could see how it opens up in the chat. So Tesla, that's crazy. And then at close, someone bought even more. Someone bought 120 puts for this Friday again. So this could be that same buyer, right? They could have bought this too, right before it closed. 1230, 120 puts, same as this, for 385. So they pretty much got their entry point again for another 1.95 million. So this could totally be the same person loading up for this move. Now it's down 5.5% pretty much here in pre-market. Yeah, this is what you want to look at when you're trading. You can also click the ticker, and the chart will pop right up, and you could see it here. Right, so you could do all of it within. Just so everyone knows. That's crazy. Let's take a look at the snapshot. Get rid of Tesla here. Take a look at the flow. So Tesla had the most bearish flow. So again, that's the flow that we just took a look at. All those 1230 puts that were in place. Crazy. You're very welcome. If anyone has any questions on flow or anything, please drop a comment. I always have this open while I'm trading. Let's take a look at the largest orders. So this is the largest orders at the end of the day on a Friday. So there's that Tesla put, 1.9 million. Oh wait, I could change the this to all. So here's the largest unfiltered. Let's see what we got. You wouldn't be surprised if they're executing, or do you mean exercising? Maybe you mean exercising those options. Could be. Or they could be hedging, right? That could be a hedge. Right? That's really, so yes, it's a lot of money, but also it's not a lot at all, right? BlackRock, for example, who's someone who has over, $1 billion um, worth of a position, right? 3 to 4 million bucks isn't a lot at all, right? It totally could be a hedge. But then again, it shows, someone's anticipating a move to the downside and they're looking to profit off those. How do you know it's the same person adding? So when you see the same contracts being added multiple times with large amounts of money, it's typically the same person, right? You don't know if it's the same person, but you can generally see based off the premium that they're buying with and the amount of contracts they're buying, right? Someone will typically like to buy the same amount of contracts over or with the same amount of premium over and over again. So it's always good to take a look at this. Let's go over to the chart so you can see some setups here. So SPY, this is what I'm looking at for today, right? Overall downtrend. We could break out over this yellow line, but everything's pretty weak. So right now it's not looking too hot, but then again, everything could change. We do have a gap to fill above, right over 383.38. We have this gap to fill. So totally can break out over this and see a push up to this consolidation zone here around 386 or so. And then if we break down, right, we also have higher and higher lows here. If this breaks down, we could totally see a pushback down to 378 or so, right, which would be this previous support here around that zone right there. So that's what I'm looking at for today on SPY. Netflix is another name that looks pretty good today, right? Higher lows, lower highs, consolidating, opening flat. Right? If this can break out over this pink trend line, we can potentially see a push up to this zone here. Okay. Really like when we have this period of consolidation, as I mentioned before, right? You need to look for these zones of consolidation. Let's take a look. Apple. So Apple's the next one I'm looking at. Really like what this looks like, right? We have a double bottom. We have lower and lower highs, been rejected multiple times. We're starting to curl up here at the bottom. Right, and if we can break this resistance, right, this double top that we created over 132.42 or 132.5, just to make it a flat, easy to read number, right, we could see a push up to this next zone above, which is this previous support that we had, that we bounced off 3 times back in November and October. Okay, right, which would be around 134, 2-point move or so. Right. If not, we have a double bottom below, and we need to watch that 129.89. So around 130 or so. Need to watch 130 below. Kia, as if SPY drops, it looks like it will set up for an inverse head and shoulders. Let's take a look. So if this drops, sort of. The neckline isn't too clear. My other name I'm looking at is Square, right? We did break out over this resistance. We had a double bottom. We're starting to curl up here. We're down 1% here in pre-market, so this totally can pull back to this double bottom. But if it breaks out, we do have a gap fill above. Right? Trading is all about risk to reward. Right? So, make sure every trade you take has a good risk to reward. NVIDIA. All right, take a look at this. NVIDIA, perfect bear flag. Right, here's the move to the downside. Here's a phase of consolidation. Right, we're at the low of this wedge. Right, this can totally break down. We have a double bottom down below at 148. Right, so watch for puts and play this to around 148.9. And then if this support breaks, we should see continued downside to the next level below around 145. Okay. Right, do not get faked out. Go to a higher time frame if you're having trouble and play smaller. Right, the only reason you get faked out is if you have too large of a position. Right, do not get faked out because you're sizing incorrectly. I posted a few tweets the other day about fear of loss and all that. Let me pull it up quickly. So I said, you know, what is the number one reason most traders surrender to emotions? Pull this up here quickly. Right, the fear of losing money. Right, that's usually the biggest issue. Right, that fear only becomes debilitating when you allow a potential loss to exceed your comfort level. Right, so if you get uncomfortable, then that's when the fear of loss, you know, starts to occur. Right. Right, so then with this in mind, right, the best way to mitigate against this fear, right, reduce your position size until you're 100% comfortable with the loss. Right, even if that means, you know, as little as 0.5% of your account. Right, so be it. Okay. That is the number one reason why traders fail. Right, it doesn't take too long to understand how the chart works. The hardest part is getting through the emotional part. Okay. So with that being said, at open, I'm watching SPY for a break over this 383.38 level, and then these names I just mentioned below. So market is opening here in 2 minutes. Let's transition over to Bull Trade's Discord to get into voice chat. Appreciate everyone stopping by as always. I will see you in voice chat. Like before you head out. Have a good day.